Yes, welcome to Turn It Up, and we've got another champion on, Andrew Ryan, aka Bobcat. The nickname Bobcat, where'd that come from?
It actually came years ago when I was in under 20s. A mate of mine, Luke O'Connor, was from Dubbo, and we were doing a video session one day, and he just said, "You're fat, you're square and slow, you look like a bobcat," the machine. And then they sort of latched onto the squinty eyes and the furry head too, and it looked like the animal. So
Is he a good judge?
Yeah, he was. It stuck ever since.
Dubbo. You're from Dubbo. What's footy like out at Dubbo? How's it going now?
Yeah, it's going good, mate. My junior club, St John's Dubbo. You know, a lot of the boys are coming through. You've seen, Isaiah, Matt Burton's, these guys, Kate Ellis as well. But and then our senior club out there, Dubbo Sims. Real proud to see all those fellas come through. But footy's going good, junior footy out there. So
like a lot of those boys, you came down the mountain to Emu Plains.
Yeah, I had a little stint out there. My brother actually signed for the Panthers 21s, and I was a bit younger. I was at school, and actually went to your school for a year, McCarthy, Fred. Yeah. But then moved back to Dubbo for year 12, and then ended up coming back to Sydney afterwards. But
no fielders around the Panthers, or?
No, mate. I was struggling to make the Emu Plains C grade side at the time, so the Panthers certainly weren't interested.
Because you made no rep teams, did you? Not even for the Dubbo area growing up.
No, I sort of I was playing. I was a fat little hooker coming through, and then wasn't sort of on the radar. Didn't sort of make any rep teams or anything like that, and pretty much just went for an open trial for the Para under 20s, and then eventually sort of fought my way through and played NRL and hung around for a little while.
Well, I got to spend a bit of time with you throughout my career. Played against you. 2006, we had a little Tri-Nations at the end of the year. Roomies.
Yeah.
What do you remember about that little tour? Remember any good things you taught me? Any bad things you taught me?
Mate, I don't think I taught you too much. I remember the side though. We had all you boys obviously from Queensland too. Those young fellas, GI and obviously having guys like yourself and then Petro and Lockie and stuff in the team. But it was good times, mate. I hadn't really come across you before, so to room with you. I don't think I'm the greatest roomie though. So.
No, you're pretty good, mate. I'll give you that.
Now, you went to Parramatta and you're part of the 2001 team. Now, like that season was incredible. You just broke all the records. What was it like actually, firstly, before we talk about the grand final, you come off the bench?
Yep.
What was it like going into that grand final? How confident were you?
Mate, we were all so young, I suppose, and not many of us had really played a heap of NRL. It was my second season playing NRL, and we'd played in the semis the year before, but we had some older guys in that season the year before. But that 2001 team, guys like Brad Drew and Brett Hodgson, and these guys were just lighting it up all year, But I actually remember, going into the grand final. Like we'd had a great year. I just remember it being a real long day, and I learned a fair bit out of that grand final moving forward as well. But I just remember waiting around and being such a long day. But that season, we had a great group of blokes. We still get on great now. We catch up and stuff as well. Obviously, wasn't ideal the way it happened on grand final day, but the season we had, it was pretty special.
What about 04? You won up with the Dogs. What was that like? What about your team, the Canterbury 04 team? Name the bench.
Hey, well, Jonathan Thurston came in. We lost Steve Price in the prelim the week before, which was obviously tough to take, But Roy Asatasi, Sonny Bill, Rennie Matua, and a guy by the name of Jonathan Thurston comes in on your bench, So, but we had some big battles with the Roosters, obviously across those couple of years, sort of 1 and 2. Obviously, the Chooks had been in GFs for a lot of years and in around it and stuff as well. But I remember the pre-season was like nothing else. But it was a fantastic side. To have guys like Mark O'Mealy, Mace, Steve Price in the middle, and then those boys coming off the bench. It was phenomenal.
What was the phone call like? Well, Steve Price just got injured the week before, so you didn't know you were going to be captain. I know there was like a whole lot of media around Steve Price and what he's going to play, and like when did you know you were going to be captain and how did it feel?
Mate, it was crazy. Folksy sort of just grabbed me through the week. I think it was about Wednesday, and we found out that morning that Pricey was going to be out, and he just called me into the office and said, how would you feel about being captain for this week? And I dead set nearly fell over. I'd never been captain before. The last time I was captain was St John's Open, and we got dusted in all 3 games. So here I am coming up against you in the GF opposing captain. So it was pretty simple, obviously, you know, as far as just going out there to play. But I was floored. Like I was in shock. You know, we had guys that have been at the club for a long time. It was only my second season there, and to sort of lead them out, it was very special.
Do you remember the last play of the game?
I remember the last little bit. Yeah.
You tackled Mick Crocker, didn't you?
Yeah, I got a piece of him. Yeah.
But he was going to score.
Luke Patton reckons he would have folded him, but
that hasn't. They don't make much of that. I did say Mick Crocker was away. If you don't tackle him, they did set score and win.
Mate, it was the play, you know, we shifted it out wide, and you know he hits a hole. But thankfully we sort of hung on and we got it done.
20 years ago that was. You caught up with all the boys recently at a reunion. How was that? Catch up with the lads?
Mate, it was like it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
How was Mace?
It's pretty stock standard. The Mason and Ogre show got back together, so it was it was good times. It was you know, to see some of the staff and stuff as well, and you guys all know, being in around those teams and winning competitions and stuff, all those staff that make the sacrifices behind the scenes as well. So it was great, but we had some laughs. It was good. You know, everyone but Ben Harris could make it too. He's a pilot, so he was away flying planes, so he couldn't make it, but it was fantastic.
You got the New South Wales shirt on. For the last 3 years, you've coached the New South Wales under-19s to great success. What's it like coaching and mentoring, shaping these young men?
Yeah, it's unreal, mate. It's a fantastic experience. We sort of tell them pretty early on in the week that, you know, you're probably not going to learn anything from us as far as technical or tactical or anything like that, but, you know, we try and play for each other and try and have that origin mentality, and we want to try and just get the boys connected. That was the main part. We don't have many sessions together, but just seeing, you know, across those 3 years and being lucky enough to be in the Pathways teams and help out for quite a few years, seeing the size, the professionalism, it's phenomenal where these fellas are at now.
Now, we saw Ethan Strange last year make the step up quite easily. He scored 3 tries in this game last year. What did you see in this team during the week? Any of these players do you think are ready to make the step?
Yeah, some special guys, you know, and that's probably what's been crazy, Freddie, across the last few years, to have guys that have already played NRL. You know, Chevy played for us last year and then returned again after playing some NRL games. But you look what Ethan Strange has done and gone on, and he's having a massive impact on that team as well. You know, the Raiders playing NRL down there, but you know, the guys like Chevy that I mentioned, Blake Steep, unfortunately for him, he got to play NRL yesterday. But yeah, he was going to be in our team. But then the McLean brothers, just seeing, you know, it was disappointing for Jesse. He was our co-captain, and he's such a leader, and the energy he brought through the week. But watching his brother as well, Casey, they've got big futures.
Mate, you've been super successful coaching the under-19s. Any hopes, ambitions to maybe continue on? Are you going grey already, mate?
Mate, I love coaching.
Losing the hair?
I love coaching. I love being around it. But I've really enjoyed like those shorter ones. You know, I still get to coach sort of at a local level in Newcastle and South Newcastle up there. I just love being around it. And but yeah, I enjoy doing these shorter stints at the moment.
Well, does that mean sometimes you think about coaching the NRL men's team, State of Origin for New South Wales?
Oh, any time, you know, we're lucky enough to represent, you'd love to be in around it and have that involvement. But I've really enjoyed these Pathways teams. But you know, if anyone ever needed anything for New South Wales, all of us would jump at it.
You mentioned South Newcastle Lions. Tell us about your involvement there and how Rugby League is going around the South Newcastle area.
Yeah, well, mate, obviously, you know, growing up in that area yourself, the junior numbers are going through the roof. My 4 kids play juniors there and then involved in the senior team as well. But yeah, it's really strong up there in the Newcastle region, and you know, hopefully they just keep developing it and coming through and get some opportunities to play NRL.
You do anything outside of footy?
Yeah, I work full time for Clontarf Foundation, so Indigenous mentoring program at school. So
great setup, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And then work there sort of Monday to Friday, and then I'm fortunate enough to do some Pathways stuff at the Bulldogs as well. And yeah, there's always a bit going on.
What do you made of the Dogs this year?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed watching them this year. You know, it was a tough season for them last year, and you could see I was fortunate enough to be down there full time last year and watching what Ciro and the staff, you know, were hoping to do and trying to do, and their work ethic. Yeah, you can just see, you know, someone obviously like a Stephen Crichton, what he's added, and you know, they've signed some first graders too this year, and Some of those boys probably last year were up against it, playing week in and week out NRL. Disappointing result for them last night, but yeah, they're in a really good place at the moment. It's good to see.
We can see what Cameron and they're trying to do there, and they're obviously working them very hard at training, and there's been a lot of injuries. Like the last couple of years, you've had a stack of injuries across the field. The young bloke that just scored a try, Jacob Preston, similar position to you. What do you make of him?
Yeah, got to know him last year and just watch him go about his business. He doesn't say too much, but geez, his work ethic. You know, watching him, it was his first proper NRL pre-season heading into last year, and his work ethic and just seeing everything that he did, how humble he stayed when he played NRL. It was so good to see. And, you know, he's been successful on the field too. He's scoring tries. He's not just doing his job, he's making a difference in that team. So unreal to watch him.
You mentioned when you played for New South Wales. Tell us about the coaches who coached you during New South Wales and rep footy, and how you've transferred that to your own coaching.
Mate, we were very fortunate. You know, the coaches, I had sort of Wayne Pearce to start with, but then, you know, Gus, Ricky Stewart, Graham Murray as well. But, you know, in around all of those, the teams we sort of played in together have, you know, Wayne Bennett and Craig Bellamy and Laurie Daly was in around a lot of those teams too. So, yeah, I guess, you know, I look at someone like a Sticky that coached us through those periods in those Origin teams. It was all about, you know, being connected and having a good time together. So I guess that's what. And, you know, from our coaching staff, I've been lucky enough to have guys like Sean Timmins, and this year we had Steve Turner, Luke Bailey, the Ogre's been there as well. So, you know, being able to have those guys around it and hopefully spread their knowledge and bring the energy too, it's been really special.
You talk about that connection. You had a lot of players talking about that after the game and some of their interviews. How do you get these players to connect? Like, gone are the days of, you know, going to the pub and having a beer. You know, you got 17, 18, 19-year-olds in your camp. How do you connect as a team?
Mate, it's a great question because, you know, it's something that we talk about from a staff and think about a lot, and it was, you know, parking the phones and hanging out together, not just going and sitting in your room. So, you know, that's where someone like a Jesse McLean, he got the boys together playing cards and different games around. Like, they'd be in our team room for hours on end, you know, just hanging out. So it was pretty easy from a staff perspective, but those boys drove it too, which that's what made them natural leaders around the group.
Well, thanks, Bobcat, for coming down from Newcastle, and thanks for giving back, not only to New South Wales, but also to the footy in Newcastle.
No, I love it, mate. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
This year, NRL on 9 is your one-stop shop for all footy.
That's right, Freddie. Not about the highlights, action, 7 days a week.
Billy and Gus podcast, get that on your drive on the way home. Immortal Behaviour, grab a seat on the couch for that, and of course my favourite, Freddie in the 8.
The best footy brains, the biggest games.
Don't trust the algorithm, subscribe to NRL on 9 and get all your entertainment there.